tournament beginning in 1 minute. Chickens are open. Come in, come one, come all. For we are beginning very soon. Should be a good day. It's gonna be a nice tournament day. We're counterpicking with whatever we can grab. So no crazy meta factions or anything. Like no Norska, no generalists. Only the hardest of counterpicks, which means maybe we even play Skaven. We'll see. All right. And the tournament begins at Goblins Tournament. Is a go. Late check-ins, welcome. Alrighty. And we're up against B6 first. Oh boy. Alright. Should be fun. Yo. They're not even playing Skaven. Kind of wild. Alright, let's go ahead and get the messages. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's just do this real quick. Sorry, there's a bit to manage. I think we're almost good to go. Alright, and we have counterpicks. Okery dokery. So we know B6 likes to play Skaven. So it makes sense that my first counterpick is something that is good versus Skaven. Which is like almost everyone. Just anyone but Dwarves, right? It's like a really solid, fun counterpick versus Skaven. Oh yeah, Nurgle, of course. Of course. There you go. You can't go wrong with Nurgs. You see some real sweat today. I'm gonna see some real sweaty counterpicking action. He goes Tomb Kings and Norska. Okay. Tomb Kings and Norska. Khorne is actually interesting versus Tomb Kings. I think that's a good one to practice. One Blasphemous Snowfield. Okay. So we also have a Vampire Coast, but I want to try like weaker counterpicks. Yeah, let's do Khorne. And because we have Norska, that means Betonia could also be good. But Betonia gets kind of counterpicked by Tomb Kings. I feel an urge to chuck in the Betonia though, just because there is Norska. You know what, let's do it. Let's just a bunch of low tier factions. And he goes Skaven, hell yeah. Betonia, Khorne, and Nurgle versus Tomb Kings, Norska, and Skaven. I see. So I think I really want to practice my Betonia versus Nurgle. I'll just get rid of Betonia Tomb Kings to start. Nurgle versus Norska is bad for Nurgle, so I'll get rid of that one too. But otherwise, we have a nice spread of factions. We might even get to play Betonia today. How do you feel about Betonia's units and how they're priced? Any stand out as underpriced or overpowered? Their cavalry is amazing. The other units are okay for their price point, nothing too bonkers. But what they lack mostly is the utility. They don't have a lot of options. So people tend to just counter their cavalry, and then they're sad. Norska, Bretonia, and Core Norska and Norska Bretonia. He banned Norska Bretonia, what a guy. I can't believe it. We'll ban Nurgle Norska. Won't be having any of that. So the Nurgle versus Tomb Kings, Khorne versus Tomb Kings, Bretonia versus Skaven. I already played Bretonia versus Skaven before, but maybe he wants a rematch. Khorne versus Skaven is interesting. Sure, let's try this. I want a Nurgle rematch into a Skaven. Nurgle should dumpster Skaven, but I misplayed it last time. You're interpreting that as literally low tier counterpicks. You can pick counter units, but not elite ones. Oh, nah. Low tier factions. Low tier factions. He bans both Tomb Kings matchups. Guy does not want to play Tomb Kings. Alright. Nurgle versus Skaven. Fun. As long as I play it properly, this should be very advantaged for me. I just have to not flub it like I did last time. Skaven are, of course, pretty strong, but they are not indestructible. It is sometimes as simple as just walking forwards and they will die. Is there anything cool I could bring though? Noxbringer? Nah. I don't really feel a need for that. Where are we on? Blasphemous Snowfield. So this one is a kind of wide map. It's a fun one. It's not bad. See here. Did Plague Toads? Were Plague Toads good or bad for me last time? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forget. Let's see here. Lord-wise. Lord-wise. Let's do something like this. And the plan is very simple. Just be a little careful. Just be a wee little bit careful. Make sure that you don't get Doomflayer to death and weapon teamed. And as long as my guys actually see melee, it is all goodies. So I know if Rotting Riders are good versus Skaven. I feel like the whole terror thing is very nice, but I don't know how I feel about them exactly. Spellcasting wise, Skaven, see, there is Rancid Visitations plays. There's also like Doom and Darkness plays, get the leadership routes. How worried do I have to be about Skaven? What do you guys think? In my head, Skaven are pretty jumpy. But I'm ready to get absolutely screwed here. Doomflayers. How do I deal with Doomflayers? I guess honestly this is probably fine. Sure. Yeah, it's kind of a nifty build. I see no major issues with it. Do I want this unit? How do you guys like Bile Trolls versus Skaven? I feel like Bile Trolls are not bad because they have that leadership debuff, right? Alright, nice. I think I have a good enough build. No real complaints. I just have to be able to actually defeat the Skaven. Just have a sweet old engagement. Why is Nurgle advantage over Skaven? Skaven have terrible infantry. Nurgle has amazing infantry. So they just kind of push their faces in. And specifically, Nurgle's infantry are good enough tank-wise that they don't instantly die to Globadiers and such. So the usual ways Skaven might counter, it doesn't really work. They have a hard time versus tanky infantry in general. This is why Greenskins can be pretty scary too. And then, of course, having basically army-wide fear is very nice. All your demons cause fear. So it's just generally a good time. You can force them back. Life is good. As you can see, we have a nice simple build. You know, Spirit Leech, got Doom and Darkness. And just a whack load of very good infantry. Forsaken are perfect for cleaving through the Skaven lines. And for my call-ins, I have Marauder Horsemen to kill off flayers and such. We have some Bile Trolls, some dogs to run down any Skaven forces that might give me issues. Yeah, Nurgle doesn't have armored trolls, but Bile Trolls, they're nice. They have a, what, like -8 leadership debuff? That is pretty significant. So, you know, against factions that you can't leadership bomb, they're not going to be as good. But for Skaven, it's pretty solid. Just gotta wait for him to ready up. This Lord's very good at fighting, by the way. Big old melee attack debuff. Combined with the Sorcerer. If he brings a Throt or something, we can just kill him. And the plan is simple. We just need to attack him properly. Once the going gets hot. 2, 3, 5, 10, 15. There's one unit that I don't see? Weird. Oh, yeah, of course. It's the Jezzails, right? Interesting that we see Plague Monk Censer Bearers, though. That's kind of cool. Actually, not too many weapon teams in general. This guy has spell resist and a lot of HP. So Spirit Leech is not nearly as useful against them. And yeah, the Censer Bearers are interesting. So I need some way to actually kind of DPS blitz them. I don't have a ton of options though, actually, huh? What I can do though is I can summon some Pestigores. Pestigores are really good for this situation. Oh wow, he's gone for the Ikit Zap Cannon. Okay. So the guy is going to be weaker then for a little bit. The idea being is the Zap Cannon. It's not especially good at dealing a lot of damage right now. In kind of this early game situation. Is he just gonna... Okay, no. Oh, no, he is gonna tank some death heads. That's kind of wild. He rings the bell. He gets pretty nice little explosion ability. But the fighting is on. And I'm just gonna keep spamming infantry. I just need to avoid those very elite killers. And we'll be okay. And then hopefully we can shut this down. We'll see how the Censer Bearers do. I'm very interested to see how that plays out. I'm just gonna ignore these guys for now. Oh wait, Censer Bearers are gonna get sandwiched. That's pretty rough for them. And maybe I just ignore the little artillery piece. And we're just going to keep hunting. Now he did get a pretty nasty charge on my face. The Censer Bearers they're gonna be naturally problematic. But if I just kill his Lord, he's actually super screwed. So we'll see how that goes. See, the deeps is quite nice. Just double back a little bit. And start running them down with the doggos. I'm thinking in the late game we can kill the Censer Bearers with my dudes. I shouldn't have to worry about them too much, right? Value trading wise, we are a bit down though. But yeah, I'm thinking we should be able to just catch them. All right, so let's not overextend over here. Let's just pull back. I have some dogs on his face. And if we kill his lord, that's perfect. He will lose all his magic, which is definitely very rough. So I think we just go for it. And I'll just keep running away from the sensor bearers, of course. In the meantime, we can start getting some horsemen to bully them. And here comes the deeps on his lord. He's not looking too happy about the current situation. We like that very much. There you go, there's the route. I think we just gotta finish the job is all. My dogs are having a bit of a hard time actually catching his boys, but it's okay. His lines are pretty well broken. It's just the sensor bearers. There he goes though, Bell's down. And now he's gonna be forced to summon in another dude. The little hero guy. To help his guys stick around. Yeah, there it is. The chieftain. Chieftain's a smart play. He's gonna definitely be very useful, but that means he won't have much in the way of support for his other guys. His warp lightning cannon. Yo, my dogs are like not connecting with his unit, so I don't know what's going on there. Okay, this is good though. Very nice. The dogs have completely annihilated that. And I think we just gotta keep using our dogs here to our advantage. Yeah, this is starting to go my way very aggressively now. Honestly, if he didn't lose his lord though, this would have been kind of scary. I didn't have any plague toads or anything. And I think generally he actually played quite well. It's just a little too much though, the forces of Nurgle. Just a little bit too good at killing them. So even though he did have some very elite guys, they just were not able to cook, sadly. All right, let's get a Forsaken unit here. This is slaves. I don't care about them. I really don't know what's wrong with my dogs though. I feel like they're just not attacking anything. It's very strange. But yeah, this is starting to look really bad for him. So he does still have one blight scab alive, but now that my horsemen have free reign, he's basically done for. And this is the power of Nurgle. If Nurgle can actually get these matchups where their infantry can just grind, they are very, very happy. Nice. And I'm also very proud of my dogs today. Dogs are doing super well. He's still scrapping though. This guy actually is sticking around. So I have to make sure we keep microing properly. We can definitely catch these guys because I have poison stacks. Okay, yeah, so the dogs are getting value. They're just killing a little slow is all. Okay. And then what we're going to do is just a big ol' ginormous leadership bomb on all these guys. I just want to get that mass route going. If we can get enough of a bomb here, then we're good. I do lose a horseman though, which is going to stabilize some of his leadership. A little unfortunate. But still very good for us. Triad's kind of cooking. I'm not gonna lie. Woo! Alright. Yeah, that did not go nearly as well as I was hoping for. Dang, alright. Guy kind of cooked. He actually kind of cooked. Oh, dang. Look at that. What a menace. Yeah, those triads ended up being a massive issue. No, I think we're still gonna dislodge this position. Oh, can I stop him from capturing it? Whoa! Ooh, that was close. That was very close. All right. Yo, these dogs actually got so much value though. All right, now we're set though. Now we're set. As long as he doesn't get this point, we're okay. I just need to actually spend my money now. Then we're good. I got a big old wave of dudes. This point is mine. We got a nice heal too, so that will give us more of an advantage. Routing behavior? Yeah, routing behavior is super janky. It's been a problem since the early days. But yeah, units get harder to hit when they're running. It's kind of silly. I think these dogs can beat 3 almost dead Doomflayers. What's the damage? What's the HP on them? Oh wow, yeah, they take like no damage from the dog charge. Usually the little doggies do better, but not today. They're still gonna route it though. That's pretty nice. And then we're gonna get this point secured and we're good. Yeah, I think if he just didn't let his lord take so much damage, this would be pretty scary. Things only collapse because his lord died. I need to be careful about those plague bearers in the future. Mad Lad has some sick ideas cooked. Yeah, Nurgle is the slowest aggressive faction. But if you go for Forsaken and Marauders and Plague Bearers, they're not that slow. Marauders are pretty slow. I mean, not Plague Bearers. Forsaken and, what's it? Pestigores. Yeah, if you go Forsaken and Pestigores, it ain't too bad. Because they're actually rather fast. Pestigores are 42 speed, Forsaken are 46. They really don't care much. Lord dead -10, power grab 8. So they still have a -2. I think you can actually get hyper powered leadership though if your lord routes off the battlefield. Because that's only temporary. So power grab would actually be super good for you. Because then you just get a flat leadership buff, right? You good old Epidemius. I wonder, Nurgle's not the worst faction in campaign though, right? I think they have it a little rough, but just having a bunch of tanky dudes is nice. It's kind of like dwarves, right? So dang, he's still sticking with it. I feel like this game is super over, but nothing wrong with sticking around. Gives you time to sit back, relax. They don't have melee defense while running. Yeah, Nurgle units don't have melee defense while running, but you actually don't need to have an attack command to count as in combat. So if you look at my, you know, the Cloud of Flies, in melee still triggers, even if you're on the run. Oh, whoopsies. I only ran though because there was a summon unit. And the summon unit I didn't really want to fight it. So you can see the sensor bearers, one of them got crazy value. This one, nothing too crazy. In general, overall, they did pay for themselves against a build that was ill-equipped to fight them, but it was not enough. You got a good hit on the Stooges early on. Oh man, look at the dogs. Oh, 1200, 660, very nice. Horsemen, a little less so. Yeah, not bad. His lord absolutely dropped the ball though, with poor guy. Lord Snipe was definitely good. My build was quite tuned for it though. So if I didn't get the snipe, I would just kind of have a bad build, yeah. Alright, so he's Chaos Dwarves. And we're on excavation sites. No, lair. So Chaos Dwarves, some fun counters. I think, let's see here. I'm gonna go Empire. The rule of thumb is cannons, Grand Cathay. I'll go Empire, Grand Cathay, and I just need more guns, right? Who else is good versus Chaos Dwarves? Dwarves, actually. Empire, Grand Cathay, and Dwarves. Talk about cannon maxing. This should actually be pretty good. What's the Ikid Zap value? Oh crap, my bad. I forgot to check it. It's definitely not very high though. It just shot the Stooges a little bit. Skaven? Ah, Skaven would have been sick. Hey, picks Empire. Missed opportunity on the Skaven. Coast? Isn't Chaos Dwarves like fairly okay into Coast? I know they're like fairly okay into Vampire counts, which is pretty nifty. Alright, this should be pretty brutal though. Chaos Dwarves rely on their trains a lot, so if you can just kill their trains, you're good. Get their artillery pieces. Get Swole. Oh, 10 squats. Alright. Swolenating of Indicity begins. Let's see, what else do I want? I guess like they kind of have dwarf energy. So, you know, you have to be a little careful that you don't just get run down, but without blasting charges, it's not that bad. Yo, should I go for a Luminarch, guys? You think a Luminarch would be sick? I think a Luminarch would be jokes, but also hot garbage. Easter candy while watching the squats. Well, we're both enjoying life at least. Let's see here. Yeah, I think if I just do this, I'll be okay. With Chaos Dwarves, what do I want? Definitely this one. And magic-wise, Chaos Dwarves. Yeah, they really hate this spell. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I think we have a good build. It's nothing crazy. My mind is not blown, but Chaos Dwarves, I just don't really see what tools they could have that defeats us. Let's see here. What do I want? Okay, I gotta do my thinking squats. Steam tank. It's actually not that bad. Alright. It's not terrible. I don't think it's amazing by any means, but Steam tank definitely is a unit that can be used here. I think as long as I don't die to like a Kadai or something, I'm feeling okay. Let's see here. I guess this is pretty good. This is just kind of your standard Empire fare, nothing too crazy. Yeah, let's try it out. And a near perfect spend too. Wonderful. Tank against train. I think Steam Tank v Train, who wins it? I guess historically, well, it's gotta be the tank, right? It has to be the tank. Steam Tank superior engineering. The Dwarves would not like that phrase. Knights of the Realm are missing their head ornaments on their unit card. There's a few unit cards that don't actually make sense. Don't like Kossar Great Weapons have a spear on their unit card, and in the tutorial they had spears. Kind of weird, but yeah, there's a little bit of that. This is the build, by the way. Just a bunch of chunky great swords. And a cannon. So this bad boy is here to snipe his artillery. We just sit back and relax with the long rifles. It's a very simple build. There is not a whole lot going on. Now he did infantry max me, which makes things a little scarier, but that's why we have great swords. So they should be able to win that fight. And obviously I'm not spamming more ranged, or I will just be overrun. Now if you want to deal with infantry, best way to do that, I would say, is to spam a bunch of these guys and then get some grenade launchers to clean up. If you do that, you'll probably okay. Metal Wizard, Final Transmutation. Chaos Dwarves do not like getting hit by Final Transmutation. It is quite good against them. Against this build, maybe less so, but the foot characters, they suffer quite a bit. They don't have the usual spell resist of the normal dwarves, so you just have a bunch of infantry guys, you know, and that's kind of where Final Transmutation cooks. Now you can see he's gone for a split idea over here. He does have Tzeentch the Black and a Sorcerer of Fire, but no artillery. We are looking at just raw infantry power. So obviously at the very beginning we can get some work done with the Dwarfs. Can take a couple pot shots at these guys. Just push up a smidge. And this is a good situation for grenade launchers. Until he summons in mobility, the grenade launchers can have their way with them. And I just have to be a little careful that I don't overextend. And I'll be fine. 5, 3, 5, 15. There's 2 units that I don't see. That is okay. Just need to be able to body block them. There is grenade launcher volley number 1. Some big deeps. I'm in no rush to actually get into a fight against them. He's obviously playing a capture weight kind of battle here. This is rough though. So these guys can only route a couple more times before they're gone. I think what we do is I just gotta scout for stealthy boys, right? There's always a couple stealthy boys that can come on in and ruin your day. Long rifles are able to get some pot shots on his caster. That's good. Boris is having a good time. No stealthy boys just yet. And some cavalry is nice for me because they do tend to trade quite quickly. They tend to trade out quite quickly, so as long as we can actually catch them, life is good. He's pushing up though, so yeah, he has a burning head. Ooh, accidentally got his wolf riders into my great swords, and now Boris. A little rough, but you can see he's coming in fast. And the question is, what are we gonna do about Tzeentch? I think we just shoot him. I think we just shoot the guy. Yeah, I think we just shoot him. It should be quite bad for him. This flank is actually pretty slow, all things considered. There's the big spell cast. Tzeentch does not like getting shot up by long rifles. And that's kind of what I mean, right? Chaos Dwarves, they don't have the tankiness that normal dwarves have. That's gonna hurt a lot. Cutthroats versus great swords is a very good trade for me. And I'll happily give them the points, because we're here to value trade. That is the entire name of the game. What are my grenade launchers doing? Kind of janking. Solid dodge on the burning head. But as long as I keep my guns alive, I'm happy. Tzeentch is now shattered. Very good. I'll finish him off with Boris if the guns don't. But I think, oh, looks like he's gonna hold. What a guy. But yeah, this delayed push is what's gonna screw him. And there's finally the stealthy boys. But they're showing up way too late right now. This is why generally, for a lot of people, I advise that they do not go for Vanguard shenanigans. Vanguarding, not only do you set yourself up to just get completely flanked, but even if you don't get mega flanked, it takes so long to actually get there. That's, yeah. The fight's already over by the time you show up. Kind of unfortunate. We will be seeing a double Kadai summon, though. That's pretty nasty. Gotta remember, I do have a cannon, and the trees here are quite thin. Also, this is why unit counting is so important. I knew that he would probably have 2 of those guys. Burning Head does not do a lot of damage to these. But yeah, I knew that he would have 2 stealth units. Because of the power of counting. And there's a capture point for us. Let's just finish cleaning up and just get a massive value lead. I can play for extreme value in this situation. I don't really need to worry about anything else, because if he runs out of units, he's dead. I can just capture the points, no problem. So we're just gonna sit back, relax, get the grenade launchers, use the long rifles to mop the floor with them. Sorcerer is shattered, so I'm not gonna kill them so that they don't come back as quickly. That's a very punishing strategy. Kadai using the rocks. Is that enough? Did he block line of sight? I think he did. Impressive. But yeah, I think we'll just fight this kind of force over here. Empire is very good with the cleanup. No big metal dog equals no fun. Yeah, no Kadai destroyer. I think that would be pretty crazy though, running that into Empire. I don't know if you should be. I don't know if you should be running that. I could summon a long rifle here, but they might just get killed. Though I do have an Empire Knight nearby, so we're gonna go for it. Cannon has scooted up enough to get some shots in on him. And yeah, I still have to keep my guys alive. That's the most important thing. Jeez Louise, that's a big volley though. Kadai again messed up real bad. Here comes the Boris with the steel chair. And these long rifles will just park over there. And I just gotta capture this point in a couple minutes. If we do that, I think we'll be fine. I don't need to rush to capture it. Losing army value only sets me further behind. He has resummoned Tzeentch though. We'll have to be a little wary of that, but it's not a big issue. Can I get some pot shots on these Chaos Dwarf warriors? We'll see. There is a unit of Kadai here. I will summon a cannon though, just to maybe shoot them if they crest the hill. They might not though, but we'll zone them out. If he summons mobility, I'll have Empire Knights at the ready. You can see the patience approach is working pretty well. He does almost win on a 1-cap though, but it's just not a lot here. He actually summoned some guns. So I think we can just start summoning spears. So with Empire, it's very good. It's a very nice strategy using your spears as a cleanup crew. Not a cleanup crew, but a capture point squad. Yeah, there you go. There's Tzeentch. Gotta get that big ol' final transmutation on his face. And these wolf riders I'll just kill with some cavalry. He's doing a good job line of sighting me though. This cannon ain't seeing anything, man. It's kind of sad. But yeah, can Tzeentch kill the Boris? He's actually doing not bad so far, but Boris is still a Chad. That much is true. Just gotta play some football, body block for the long rifles. Ah, he has some guns on Boris. Whoopsie daisies. He's gonna have a little bit of cavalry coming in, but I'm prepared for that. I should be able to bait him in and then get a sick cav charge. There we go. Cannons even shot him too. Very painful. And that's going to be the second point. Tzeentch is on the run now, which basically seals his fate. I'll just get another little cycle charge here and he did. Now he did manage to slip through and catch my long rifles. A little bit of a lapse of micro. I was paying attention to the cannon, but not these guys. Whoops-a-daisies. So a solid play from my opponent. But now I have so much time to get the last point. It's just a matter of time. And Spearman spam. So this is the Empire special. The late game Spearman spam is so good. It's an easy, you know, million capture weight. Boris though, kind of getting wrecked. Take to the skies. Ah, he routs. He's gonna finish him off. That would be pretty jokes if he does. I have his guys caught in melee though. Boris should be able to survive. I just have to make sure we don't lose this point. Could I have jumped to my artillery piece, but I have spears on them. A little sketchy. Maybe a little bit sus. I think we're fine. Boris is absolutely gonna rally. Absolutely. What the crap is this? Your leadership's high, bro. Boris making me sweat a little bit. That's a very solid, you know. It's a nice way to feel a little something something when you're playing Warhammer. Nothing like your lord nearly dying to wake you up in the morning. And I'm out of units to summon. Kind of crazy. Alright, I just have to not lose these points, so I have so many more units in them. In theory, it should be very difficult for my opponent to stop kind of the endless waves of dudes. You gotta always be careful with Empire, though. They have a tendency to run out of summons. It is quite nasty. Oh, wow, he actually killed all my infantry, too. A little train action. Pretty spooky. But yeah, I'm very happy that I did not decide to take more range in my reserves. That would have been very bad. GG. All right. Not bad. So that's 2 wins. I forgot to update the score, maybe. There we go. Solid. Empire. Pretty good versus Chaos Dwarves. I don't think I played it perfectly, but... I don't think I played it perfectly. But it was good enough. I feel like the Chaos Dwarf Warriors, yeah, they really didn't do much. And the Chaff just died to the cavalry. Caster did pretty well. All right. Let's do it. What's the argument for Boris in this matchup? He's just good. You often want a big fighter in case there's like a big monster. He's good at sniping characters. So like, he's just, he's kind of just a default lord. Because he can always get value. If you go for someone other than Boris, you leave yourself exposed to like, let's say trains. Like Marcus can only net them so many times before he runs out. And then you're just getting trained on. That would be very bad. Could have had a death streak parked safe and cooked there. Cook the long rifles. Does death streak outrange cannons though? Because my cannons were basically at the same distance as my long rifles. A Death Shriek rocket launcher has 420 range. And my Empire cannons are 450. So even if it's 30 meters behind my long rifles, a Death Shriek would have to get shot. I don't think a Death Shriek would work there. Plus, he'd be down a whole unit. He'd be -1 could die. Yeah, -1 could die. That would be bad. So my opponents playing on Altar of the Champion. I have no idea what they play, and this is actually my first time ever running into them. So it should be fun. Deathstreak can arc fire though. Yeah, on maps where there's enough trees to block him. I don't think there's a good space for him to get tree coverage. That map, there's technically trees, but they're so thinned out, man. He would have to have like a crazy flank for them to be able to get any work done. And anyways, he did kind of shut down the long rifles with just hobgoblins. So it's not like you have to spend more money on the Death Shriek. Although I will say his Kadai weren't as good as I think they would have hoped for. So we did see a few Kadai summons that were pretty useless. And a Death Shriek probably could have gotten a bit more work done. But he'd have to summon it, he'd have to walk it over, and then slowly plonk away at my long rifles. And we're still killing off all this stuff. Though, if he wasn't so aggressive with Zaytan, and he didn't lose his Lord, I think it would have been a little sketchier. Like, it didn't feel like I had the perfect build. I do think the great swords were amazing, but they kind of died to the trains, so I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that matchup. Though the grenade launchers are pretty nasty. I know the grenade launchers, they feel good. Felt like there was very little he could do there. I think with 2 grenade launchers, I could actually kill his or their guns too, their halberd guns. It's a Nurgle stream and it's not April Fools. Oh yeah, happy April 1st. I don't celebrate April Fools. At least not on stream, because a lot of people don't want to deal with that business. Some people just have a long day at work and they just want to sit down and relax and not have to think about anything else. How does a spearman even start attacking a Kadai? Like, it's a flame ethereal demon thing. You know, it's only 20% physical resist, right? So, like, I guess the same way you can actually, like, stomp a fire out with your foot. You know, I assume they still need, like, oxygen and stuff. Now, like, I don't know how the spear does damage, because it is just wood. But maybe it like pokes them right in the ethereal magic or whatever, right? So, and then if that hurts enough, then it's good. Maybe they have fire organs and you're like making them bleed fire blood. I don't know. Games Workshop released a 40K musical today? What? You already have an April Fools on a professional basis? Oof. But yeah, I want to hear more about this musical. That's kind of crazy. Also, let's double check the tournament. Holy signups. I have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, like 23 signups-ish. Right. Some more bot modding that I gotta do. No rematches for 2 opponents in a row. Although I don't know why people don't like rematches so much. It's not like they hurt you. I guess if you lose to an opponent, then you don't want to face them again. For some people anyways. I love rematches. But, you know, like, it's an MMR based system. The only way to climb is to win. Just win, man. I guess people want to also face a variety of opponents. I'll accept that. Waiting on our opponent, by the way. They said they needed 5 minutes, so they should be back soon. Who do you think are the cannon rush faction of Warhammer 3? What do you mean by cannon rush? That is an oxymoron, my good friend. Cannon rush faction. Okay, you know what? You want a cannon rush faction? Here. Best cannon rush faction is Ogre Kingdoms. Double Iron Blaster, alright? I figured it out. We broke the puzzle. Yeah. This is actually legit cannon rush. Iron Blasters are crazy. They got nerfed a lot. I think they used to cost 1,400 and do more damage. Isn't that insane? But yeah, just shotgun cannons. Photon cannon rush. Oh, those cannons. The deployables. I feel like let's see here, where you're just running about in the main base. Well, that has to be kind of sturdy. Yeah, not enough structure building in this game, is there? You need a really slow unit. But because there's no real fog of war, there's just some line of sight. You can't really sneak it. The double shot. Of course I remember the double shot. That was a big part of the tournament I played. It was a huge part of the tournament. With the yeah, one of the first Warhammer 3 tournaments ever. Keeper of Secrets didn't stand a chance. Landships and steam tanks. Steam tanks and landships don't like melee that much, though. So I don't feel like they're rush. Makes you feel like they're not rush tuned. Okay, they're ready. So, Altar of the Champion. Just need them to pick the factions and then we're good to go. There they are. All right. My first faction. I don't know what they play, but let's see here. What's like a good faction that might accidentally counterpick them? You know what? Let's just go Khorne. Khorne is just like a solid base faction. The map is pretty good for them too. Then they'll pick 2 and then I'll counterpick them. Honestly, I must say I am having a good time playing tournaments again. Oh man, I can't wait. I just need a couple more weeks, guys. A couple more weeks and I can finally just enjoy the monotony of day-to-day life. Nurgle and Greenskins. Wowza. Nurgle and Greenskins. Okay, well, Khorne's actually not bad into both. Nurgle and Greenskins, bro. I'm like not even used to counterpicking Nurgle. Okay, Beastmen are okay. Not perfect though. Ogre Kingdoms maybe. Okay, I'm gonna have to go Ogre Kingdoms because I can't think of other factions. They're not exactly low tier, but they're not super high tier either. What's a good counter to Nurgle and Greenskins? You need like the high DPS to kill them, right? Fighting over who's the best green. Let's see here. Map's not super great. Nurgle and Greenskins. God, they're so tanky. I don't think Cathay is great into them. What, Chaos Dwarves? Do I just go Chowie? Chowie Maxim? Demons of Chaos? And Demons of Chaos is actually probably okay versus Greenskins. The Kislev? Oh man, yeah, I'm failing the challenge. Can't think of a good counter to both. Undead don't even do super well versus them. Alright, Demons of Chaos is good though. The reason is that they have the high DPS to kill Nurgle and they have the Lord Snipe to kill Greenskins. So yeah, I guess that's okay. So I can ban like, I don't know, man. He has Warriors of Chaos. I'll ban Warriors of Chaos versus Demons of Chaos. There we go. That's a decent start. Demons of Chaos and Kislev. I don't know if Kislev is good versus Greenskins. Miska's probably quite good. Kislev versus Nurgle. You know, maybe I should have picked Kislev. I kind of like Demons of Chaos though. How's the World Cup going for you so far? Warhammer World Cup. That's the Human Boy one. My team won the first round. I don't think I'm playing in the second round though, because we have quite a few players. So I get to sit back, relax, and breathe for a second. Okay. Cathay. I was thinking like maybe Cathay, but I don't know if they're a counter, right? Like in a tournament, I wouldn't think about that as a counter. They banned Demons of Chaos versus Greenskins. I guess that worked. And Demons of Chaos versus Nurgle. Hell yeah. Demons of Chaos for the win. Okay, so what? Ogres versus Nurgle? I honestly don't even know how that goes. It's worth playing. Ogres versus Greenskins is worth playing because I can practice my lead belching. Ogres versus Warriors of Chaos. Khorne versus Walk. Okay, I like Khorne versus Nurgle. I obviously want to play. Khorne versus Greenskins is a weird one. Is Khorne beat Greenskins? I like have not played a lot of Khorne at all. Maybe I leave that one open. Yeah, I kind of want to face Greenskins. Sure. All right, let's see if we can force a Greenskin match. Yeah, bringing together domination and land battle. It's nice. Man, it's been so long since I played Ogres versus Nurgle. Ogres and Khorne are both factions that are quite strong that I just haven't played a lot of. Ogres, my lord. Oh man, dude, that meme is like quite a few years old now, isn't it? End of Warhammer 2, the glory days. Ogres and just go super wide. That's that is Ogres. That is very much so Ogres. He can force a Nurgle or Greenskin play, whichever faction they prefer. Nice. Let's play Khorne versus Nurgle. I think that one's just, this is one that you should just have practiced, right? So with Nurgle, you gotta be careful. They have flyers. That's basically it though. If you just are a little careful about the flyers, I think you're totally fine. You have the Mega Deeps. And as long as you avoid a fight versus like a Great Unclean one, I think it's just fine. Maybe he goes the Royal Nurgle Air Force. I think that would be the most interesting thing. That would be one of the most interesting things to run into, that's for sure. But yeah, like anything large loses to these guys. In theory, Khorne should be quite good into Nurgle. I just have to be a little careful. Oh, you think he's gonna bring Uncle Furuncle? If I lose to Furuncle, that would be embarrassing. I've lost to Greasus though, so we have been embarrassed before. But yeah, as long as I'm able to use my superior mobility, we can take very good fights against them. Just have some solid fights across the board. Get a little bit of mobility going. Make sure I have a bit more infantry probably. But yeah, as long as I can kill his infantry faster than they can kill me, we're fine. So I just need to outmaneuver them, surround them and such, and life is good. Is this the build? Build seems so kind of basic. I guess that's Khorne for you, but yeah, the build feels like almost nothing's going on. It's kind of freaky. I feel like I'm missing a specific tech. One thing I should get in the habit of is loading as the other faction. If I was playing Nurgle, how would I face my build? Probably a bunch of these guys. I don't think this does much. If I was Nurgle, what would I even do against my build? A troll maxing. Just a million trolls, and they die to my ludicrous fire damage. Exalted Great Unclean One, maybe? Maybe a Kugath? Kugath is slower than a Great Unclean One, right? Kugath is slower. At 28 speed, the guy barely moves. Cav max? Ain't no way that works. Yeah, I think my build's just good. I think we just do this. Red versus Grey, it's Christmas time, people. If they bring Furuncle, I hope you lose. I think I also hope I lose, but I can't throw 4 Khorne warriors with dual axes. They're pretty hype. They're a little slow though, so Nurgle can actually keep pace with them. I basically want infantry that's not gonna get caught by a Great Unclean One. And if I can manage that, I will be okay. Should be good. It's been so long since I played Khorne. I like this format of practicing my counterpicks. I'm not gonna lie, my counterpicking game is kind of weak sauce. And my mono faction game isn't the bestest either. Like, obviously I play a mean Norska, Chaos, and all that. But sometimes I feel like people just leave open wide counters. Like, you know, maybe we'll have High Elves or something, and then I'm just stuck trying to figure out how I want to play against them. Because I'm too afraid to run Khorne into them. Double Great Unclean One, Toad maxing coming. Toadmax would almost be scary. Double great unclean one's pretty hype. If only the normal ones had a Mortis. I feel like Uncle for Uncle, you could totally give him a Mortis effect. Though it would skew matchups more, so it's probably less healthy for the game. But in terms of just letting Furuncle see some play without being OP, just give him a Mortis engine. What's the worst that can happen? People run Furuncle more often? You still have plenty of funds to spend. You've only bought 4 Knights of the Realm. Yeah. When I set up the thumbnails, it's always, I always wonder if people are going to pay attention to the gold number. Because, like, I'm just going into a quick battle and just throwing in some units for the visuals. But then, like, just to get the number down, I just have to, like, fill it up with random units. It's tedious. What a pain. Alright, this should be good, though. Alrighty, good luck, have fun. Very simple idea. I have some very high DPS units. They cleave through everything. We have Skull Taker. Absolute menace. Gets immune to flanking at 40 kills. Skull Taker is one of the only units in the game that has immune to flanking. And over here is the Noxbringer. Tamarcon. Nothing too crazy. Fun fact about the Noxbringer, you can dodge it. At longer ranges, it's not too bad. It's just some Marauders over here, okay. Yeah, I'll just head over to this point. So he's gonna take a pot shot. And we're gonna dodge. This is gonna avoid most of the damage. But what do I want to summon next? I can go Silent Angfingrim, so I have a bit more fighty power. And go some Minotaurs. Minotaurs are pretty hype. We've spent a lot on this. Obviously, I don't really want to go Horsemen, not with the Noxbringer over here. But Minotaurs, absolutely. Just get a little bit more elite fightiness going. We're going to see some Chosen of Nurgle arrive, so that means that they can't reinforce very quickly. This does incentivize me to fight immediately before they become a big issue. Barely got that dodge off. Whoa. That one could have been massive. I was going straight for my boys. Okay, and I think Skull Taker should not be wasting his time capturing. He should be getting ready for the fight. Most of this game is just going to come down to the fight. Yeesh. Oh, jeez. All right, a little bit. A few jukes. Few jukes here and there. Skull Taker is in, though. I'm going to debuff those Marauders just so that they ultra mega die. And then I'm going to start getting some Flesh Hounds. And this is all going to happen before the Chosen of Nurgle show up. That's the rough idea. So you can see the Marauders are just completely dead. Love to see it. He's going to move in with his little hit squad here. But I have Minos on their way. And of course, a bunch of Wrathmongers. And already, this is looking very good. With the Minotaurs buffed up, they can get a ton of damage in. Skull Taker heals too. And that is a big old fat frontline collapse. Absolutely brutal. And Skull Taker ain't gonna die anytime soon. He's a menace. Let's get some Horsemen in, since the Noxbringer is in melee. And we'll just finish the job. Very nice. Yeah, I think he's dead, bro. I think that was a pretty fun play though. Catching the Chosen of Nurgle and being like, oh yeah, they're too slow. They actually can't get to the fight in time is pretty magnificent. I'm actually quite happy that the read went as well as it did. You have to be very careful about when you decide to take the fight in this game. Miasma of Pestilence. It works? Oh, they don't have the thing where their melee attack can't be reduced. I thought they did. Alright. Alright, let's just go capture the point now. Big volley from the axe throwers. And with the triple cap, he's pretty done for. Tamercon's got that anti-large, so I've got to be a little careful. There we go. Point is captured. And we should be fine. The Wraths have been monged. Other way around. Other way around. The Wraths have monged. These guys are doing great, man. Dude, that charge on the Marauders was so good, too. Can I stop him from capturing this point? Oh, what a save, baby. Dang. What a massive save. Just got another melee attack boost for the Skull Taker. It's a 1 million melee attack. So he hits very hard, and he is nigh indestructible. The guy has so much healing, man. Also, rip the Chosen. 800 value on Chosen of Nurgle, despite being in melee. What a sad time. Okay, let's see if we can kill this guy over here. Just gotta scoot up just a little closer. Yeah, there we go. Oh, jeez. Skull Taker took a pretty massive hit. Flee! Flee! Alright. Now we're just going to keep on bullying Tamercon. Oh, did I accidentally trigger his thing? No, Skull Taker's just dying. Alright, whatever. We'll trade lords. It's fine. It's okay. Whoopsie daisies. Tamercon, quite fighty. You gotta be a little careful. This should be a pretty decent volley, though. The horsemen have posted up. Oof, big volley. You get another one? His passive won't trigger. There's no one to leap onto. And he's been slowed down by the one horse. Come on, just shoot. This guy's gonna shoot. There we go. Really long reload time. All you gotta do is pull out another axe, right? Alright, there we go. Good stuff. Skull Giver when Ent is at the helm. Oh man. My ability to Lord throw is immense. It's okay. Lords are just a resource. Great success. Yeah, unfortunately, that one chosen summon, man, which is a bit too much. Forsaken didn't do that well, though. Exalted did pretty good. Skull Taker got lots of value. Tamercon kind of scary, too. But the Noxbringer, whiffing, you actually want to keep it out of melee most of the time. Minotaurs are pretty nice, too. I like them. Pretty fun match. Minus 16s in the chat. Weird looking coast you got there. Where are the guns? We throw our axe guns at them. Oh man. Yo, how did he even die? Did I accidentally friendly fire with my axes? I might have. You try grabbing another axe when you're flying in on a horse in a blood rage. Oh man. Yeah, it's just to incentivize more melee, of course. Man, I wish I could have ran some Chosen of Khorne dual weapons, but they're definitely too slow. That's pretty nice, though. We actually won a game without horsemen. I feel like I lean on horsemen a bit too much. People kind of expect me to bring them. I need to just start playing normal builds, otherwise I'm just gonna get counterpicked, man. It's how I lost the Warhammer League best of 3 versus Darks. If I was a little bit more comfortable just running an infantry build, I think we could have annihilated. Khorne units, they think they're casting the lore of metal. All right, not bad. So I should be top of the leaderboard right now. Let us do the double check. Indeed, Danican is right behind me though at 3 wins. They are playing Dark Elves. So what are the Dark Elf counters? Bretonia. As much as oh boy. Okay, here's the thing, right? Bretonia should counter Dark Elves. At least they used to back in the day. The cavalry's insane, right? We have the Kislev. Does Kislev counter Dark Elves? Like, shouldn't strong cavalry be pretty good here? The thing is, you can't make use of their slower speed as much as land battle. Nurgle counters them? Yeah, you wish. Dark Elves. What in the world counters them, bro? What, do I play Tomb Kings? What if I play Tomb Kings and I just throw a couple skeletons at them? So how good is their passive, right? What if I just throw like 3 skeleton spearmen into them at the very beginning of the game? I'm just down 1,000 gold, but then they don't get their passive. Is that actually like an MLG play, or is that the stupidest thing I've ever thought of? Chaos Dwarves? Let me check. I'm going to Total Tavern, guys. Stats. This is why we're doing these days. I gotta practice this. Dark Elves, the bad against Ogre Kingdoms, the Empire, Lizardmen, Dwarves. Dwarves? What? Who's playing Dark Elves? Tomb Kings? Tomb Kings make sense. Vampire Ghost. Oh, I'm up against Alec Rawl. Ooh. Very nice. Haven't seen lizards in a while. I played them a lot not too long ago. So on Blazing Ramparts. Okay. Fun, fun. And we're gonna have to get some sick counterpicks against them. Aldercrawl's pretty nasty, but we can face them. I think my starting faction should be just like a fun low tier faction. Just like play High Elves or something. Pretend I'm Zarix. Friendly fire to win. Skeleton should get higher missile resist to represent how unlikely it would be to actually get a good hit on them. Is it though? Is it that hard? A lot of your body is just skeleton. You're only slightly smaller. And if you do get hit in the bones, man, I don't think the Tomb Kings like that. So should they? I think it balances out because they have no flesh, so they take more damage from bullets. I think this makes a lot of sense. You know, it's weird though. Skeletons technically wouldn't need ribs. Lizardmen and Norska. One Blazing Ramparts. Lizardmen and Norska. Okay, like Vampire Coast is actually just a good one here. They are a little high tier. Bretonia hard maybe. Okay, I'll start with Vampire Coast. I can probably get a better counter though. I might even go Empire next. think it's the fleshy bits that hurt when you get hit. I think it all hurts, though. I guess it depends on which fleshy bits. Muscles can take a lot of damage without being the end of the world. Lizardmen and Norska. So I guess I'll go for... Maybe I go Dark Elves. I want to go Petunia, but I don't think they're the best option here. I could go Khorne versus Lizardmen. Khorne's not bad versus Lizardmen. Maybe they can fight Norska too. Chaos Dwarves. Sure, let's just try Khorne again. And he goes Wood Elves. Khorne's not bad into Wood Elves. They're not amazing. But yeah, I think they can tussle. So I'll ban High Elves versus Norska. Actually, no. Actually, yeah. I'll ban High Elves versus Norska. We'll probably ban High Elves versus Lizardmen. High Elves versus Wood Elves is good for us, though. Kind of weird that he went for Wood Elves. But I guess he wanted to counter to Vampire Coast. He bans Lizardmen and Coast. And Norska and Coast. Okay, that makes sense. So, Khorne versus Lizardmen. Khorne versus Norska is a weird one. But it's it can be fun. Yeah, I think Khorne versus all of them is actually pretty fun. Maybe I just force it. Maybe ban Coast versus Wood Elves. Ban High Elves versus Lizardmen. I think we're playing Khorne again, guys. I'm getting my main challenge going. Zooming in means I'm not microing things. What's this? The zoom out strats. I could be a bit better about zooming in, but yeah, you do play worse if you zoom in. You just kind of need to see more. Scar Bloodwrath. People tried Scar Bloodwrath a bit when it came out, but not much afterwards. 5,600 HP. Give the guy 10,000 HP and then we're talking. 15 squats again. Oh my goodness. You get to do this while he's pick and banning. Bloat Max. Yeah, he's terrified. Petunia considered really hard for new players in PvP. They're okay. You'll have an easier time with Kislev or Empire. But I wouldn't say Petunia's like the worst faction if you like Cavalry Micro. The roster just sucks. Not that bad. Zarx can win tournaments easily with Petunia too. What's he gonna play? Your Khorne versus Lizardman would be fun. I think he's gonna force Norska or Wood Elves though. I think that's what he's gonna do. Is Alberic plus Hippogriff Goon Squad combo? Not Hippogriffs, but sometimes you see Royal Pegasus Knights. Pick a cooler color scheme. I don't know if I'm playing Khorne yet, but I think the odds are very likely. Here, how about red and yellow? Do you think that's a good color scheme? How about a mix of red and yellow? Have you considered red and not yellow? Oh, that's spicy. That's pretty spicy. Wood elves and corny bands. Lizardmen and corny bands. Could play high elves versus wood elves again. It's not a bad one. Or it's Khorne versus Norska. It's two basically mirror matches. I'll play Khorne versus Norska. I can kind of play this the same way Chosen does it. That could be pretty fun. We'll see how this goes, actually. I think the map is good for me. Let's see, if we're facing Norska. How do we do? High elves versus wood elves is fun, but I think this will offer me better practice and knowledge gain. Norska, they do got them Kurgans. Kind of nasty. Like, if I was playing Norska, I would just go 6 horsemen. But let's say he wants to go a more fighty build. I have to be ready for that. Let's see here. Bread and butter Norska. Berserkers are quite common. It's good to have a little bit of a counter to them. Does anyone know if Forsaken of Khorne do well into Berserkers? Berserkers are just so strong, man. I don't know if Forsaken of Khorne are actually good into them. They are more expensive too, mind you, which is actually the sketchiest part. It's a little sus, just a wee bit. I think it is good to have some infantry. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, I like this. I like this very much. Yeah, just have some infantry. Just have some fighter dudes. Bloodthirster matchup. You crazy, man. Think a Bloodthirster cooks here? Oh my goodness. I'm that dude with the no DLCs. Hey, what's up, Bookmark? I'm the dude. Hey. Oh man, that's hilarious. Happy to have you here. I'm playing with DLCs today though. Just practicing my counterpicks, getting my tournament readiness going. Warhammer 2 and 1 count as DLC though. You gotta redo the video. Yeah, tear it all down, guys. I can only say it wasn't DLC because it's technicality. By technicality, then it's not actually DLC. Practically speaking, yes, it is DLC, but whatever, man. That would be pretty fun though, to play like only the demon factions. That would make it significantly more difficult. That'd be a multi-day affair. It'd be fun though. Okay, so these guys are pretty good. I have my infantry. I have my mobility. I'm gonna need to be able to fight their mobility, but I have a good amount of options. Oh man, are Forsaken of Khorne good? Like, I know they're pretty good, but I don't know if they're actually like amazing, you know? Am I better off just spamming the Wrathmongers? What does the guy even do versus Wrathmongers, man? Do Berserkers kill Wrathmongers? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Although maybe enough Berserkers will eventually bring them down. What else is there? I guess there's Furies. I can take a couple Furies. They're pretty cool. Yeah, it's a build. It's a build. Let's just do it. Do you only play competitive Warhammer 3? I also play campaign. And I might want to make some videos on other games at some point, but primarily I'm a Warhammer 3 player. I would say like 75% competitive. If you look at my VODs though, yesterday we did a stream where I set all the units to 500 speed except for me. My main shtick. So yeah, my main shtick is I am a competitive player. So even when I play campaign, I usually sell it as competitive player playing campaign more than anything else. Still waiting for you to go back to XCOM. Man, XCOM is so far back on the back burner now. With all the other stuff I want to get done. Technically speaking, all DLCs for Warhammer is just an update. Overlap. It's an overlap. You can Venn diagram this. But alright, I have a sick plan, guys. We have a sick plan underway. Yeah, it's a nice change of pace. So what I'm thinking we do, get the double corn gore set up. Go very aggressive. This has a higher chance of catching my opponent out than it does having me getting caught out. So I absolutely want to get that done. And if it goes for 6 horsemen, I got these guys. It's a very simple build. Lots of horsemen. We have our cannons. And then I just have a bunch of infantry. And if I can stall the points long enough, we get the win. We got corn gorers up the wazoo. I even have a wrathmonger in case he went heavier on the infantry. He didn't, though, so this will be quite interesting. But at the very least, he should not be able to catch me. With corn gorers and the cannons, it's very difficult to get that done. Alright, and you can see he played a little safe. Did not want to get caught. First shot is in. We draw first blood. But this is a double chimera build. It's very important that we are a little careful with them. We also have a marauder ice wolf chariot. Okay. Gotta be a little careful. You have a wolfric with a boat. Pretty typical. Wait, what's he gonna do about this? I certainly have a lot of cannon business. Shot the hill though, very unfortunate. Whoop. I'm just gonna pull back. Hopefully get a decent volley off. Unfortunately, no cigar. Oh, never mind. Wow, big volley on the chimera. Love to see that. Very nice. I think we just get some minotaurs. So I noticed that having this infantry to fall back to really helps. Oh my gosh, I got line of sighted. Now he checks out a boat. It doesn't do much damage. His horsemen are taking a lot, though. I just have to be a little careful with the corn gores is all, but as long as they live, I'm happy. See the cannons, lots of deeps. It's gonna be a nasty breath attack though, and mostly whiffs. Very nice. And yeah, I'm just gonna sit back with my dudes. It's not like he can easily engage this situation. That's a lot of corn gores. They are quite the menace. See, his chimeras are taking a lot of damage too. So we have an ice wolf summon in the distance. Okay. With the double cap though, I'm still sitting fairly comfortable. My horsemen are doing pretty good. They are supported by lots of infantry. Okay. As long as the minotaurs don't die, I'm okay. Looks like he wants a bit of a fight though. Oh, and he's actually going for my little artillery pieces, so they're gonna have to back up a bit. Staying in combat with them though does give them ammunition. It's a nice little touch. And overall, the value trading is quite even. Nothing too crazy. You know, my horsemen are able to get a good amount of damage off. Looks like he's not going to get a big hit there either with his chariots. Gets another breath attack though. Those are quite nasty. But I think the damage mitigation is okay. I can think about summoning in 2 Korngors here in a bit. I think that would actually be quite nice. I think it's time we conserve our ammunition. Gonna pull back a bit. Okay, and I think we're gonna do just that. I really want to make sure that we can actually secure this point. Gonna take some space here. Now my army's gonna be weaker because my forces are in the distance, but he's already weaker because he has all of these guys. They can't do too much because of the Korngors. They're kind of a menace. And so far the damage is okay. It could be a little better. Korngors having all their passives trigger is pretty rough, but I think we're doing pretty decent considering the circumstances. I will be able to secure a point too. That is very nice for me. Value trading's only a little bit down. And now I can start spamming Furies on his horsemen too. Ooh, big hit on his chariots. Very nasty indeed. You can see he's trying to take fights, but because I have infantry, it's actually pretty bad. This is the power of kind of the strategy Chosen likes to do against me. Whoop. Chimera kind of working my poor guys, but yeah, this is gonna be rough. But yeah, the idea is if you have a bit of infantry and a bunch of skirmishers, you're gonna do quite well versus someone who just has a bunch of skirmishers. The infantry are quite the menace. Okay, that's gonna be pretty good. Slow down on this Chimera. We want to get him killed for sure. So I'm just pinning him down and making sure there is no escape. Skull Taker is very good for that. Plus all the horsemen support. The damage is high, but it ain't dead yet. Ticket wise, it's actually still a little sketchy too. But if I can kill the Chimera, I think we are still in a great position. In fact, we're about to kill a second Chimera if I'm lucky. That would be amazing for me. Not bad. Oh my gosh, the damage is through the roof. Korngors are cooking too. They don't die very easily. Very nice. And okay, maybe I don't get the Chimera, but I get Wulfric. That would be amazing. One Chimera has routed. Korngors still doing very well. And I still have Minotaurs. Minotaur great weapons are very good here. I'd say this is a good position. We actually climbed up on the value lead again, which is actually a little unexpected. Okay, yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh, dude, the Chimera hunt. The Chimera hunt is going so well. Ah, crap, I let myself get charged by those chariots, though. Korngors will take a little bit of damage, but we're still good. And one thing that I have in the back pocket here that he might not be ready for is a Karanak. Karanak is pretty funny, because they can just kill Wulfric if he's not careful. Ooh, that Chimera is going to rout for sure, bro. That Chimera is going to rout for sure. And there goes Wolfie. There we go. Yeah, Wulfric's taking some heat now. Oh, that's gonna hurt a lot. Very nice. Have to look away for a second so I can manage that far side. But yeah, if we just murder this area, I think we're good. Wulfric did not like that in the slightest. We're gonna see if we can bully him. We're pulling in the boys. It's actually still a little sketchy though. It is a little sketchy. How's Wulfric going? But if I can kill Wulfric, we're still in the clear. And he's taking a lot of deeps. I think one more Karanak bite on him and he's dead. Oh, it's close. Oh, but Karanak misses. He will be sacrificing his horsemen for that play, though. And I think the mighty Norskins are going to go down. Ooh, big hit, too, over there. Love that. Yeah, that was actually pretty sick. It's interesting playing on the other side of the kite game. Usually, of course, I'm the one kiting. With the horsemen. But yeah, it's a tricky situation when your opponent has all this infantry here. Big routes. And now I just need to resecure the points and give him time pressure so that he can't come back. Do I have a debuff? Not quite yet. Still though, a big charge with these Furies should just annihilate these poor guys. Wulfric is effectively useless now. He is simply taking too much damage. And there you go. Ice Wolves are super dead. So we just gotta chase them off. Leave the Furies to escort them. And Karanak, where's he at? Yeah, Karanak's on the hunt. I need 15 seconds. 15 seconds and your boy Wulfric is dead, man. He's super dead. Oh boy, the hunter. He's coming in hot. Karnak's kind of terrifying. Oh, there it is. 21 seconds. Goodbye, Wulfric. The hunter has become the hunted. GG. Very nice. Yeah, I think we just played that one very well. I copied Chosen style. Ulrich Rahl is no slouch, by the way. And we're up against Razak. Nice. Yo, yo. I like the double cannon, by the way. They were pretty nice. And horsemen supported by the infantry just did very well. He ran a very similar build to me. Did not bring in the magic. Didn't feel the need to. But he did have magic. But look at those Minotaurs, man. Just having a little bit of extra fightiness. You get to control the space of the battlefield for just a little bit of down trading. Very nice. Who's your favorite competitive Warhammer 3 race to play as? Coast is climbing back up, but I quite enjoy Warriors of Chaos because of the horseman play. I like Wood Elves, but the top faction is Slaanesh. Slaanesh is so fun to play, man. Okay, so the Beastmen, hell yeah. And what's the map? Is it Eastern Isle? Haunted Vale. Okay. Bretonia? For sure. It's Beastmen. So I would say Bretonia is amazing. I don't think Greenskins is a counter pick, but they're just a solid faction. I think High Elves is good versus Beastmen. Because they have their cheap cavalry that I think trade up. And Kislev. Kislev's a weird one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go the undead factions. Yeah, Bretonia, High Elves, and Kislev. What does he want to play against? For the lady! Hopefully he picks Bretonia. You arrive and Bretonia is on deck as a potential pick. Man, we got 2 Bretonian enjoyers now. So fun to play when technically all you play with Slaanesh is Cav on steroids. But the cavalry is so fun. What a power trip. And he's going on with Kislev. So this one, if we lose, we are still in the top 4. Quite handily, I believe. And if we beat them, they won't have a chance of making it. Ulrich Rahl actually is maybe not going to make it to top 4. It's myself, Daniken, and Opal Bear that are super high up. Now, if I wanted to, I could throw this game intentionally to set up a better top 4 bracket, but I'm not going to do that. That's just boring. Okay, Beastmen. I know how I like to play this. Let's actually just practice that style again, why don't we? You blame the thumbnail for bringing you here. Anytime you see Brett stuff, it's like a moth to the flame. I'm trying to get Petonia too. We've offered it to, what, at least 2 out of the 4 opponents? But none of them have bit, man. Petonia's just too good, I guess. Sad. Very sad times. I feel like it would be, you know, it'd be pretty cool. It would be pretty cool having people face Petonia every once in a while. But no, it's all they're terrified of the cavalry, I guess. I actually don't know why. What makes them so worried? It's just Petonia. I will say Petonia makes for a pretty nice counter pick, but if I can never practice with them, it's kind of rough. I really want to learn how to play them versus elves, specifically. Okay, this should be a fun build. This should be a fun one. Is there anything else I want? Let's see, he's playing Beastmen. Do I need some late game capture weight? I almost want to try this unit. Oh, yes, but I should definitely be running this. Okay. Alright, I have a build. I have a build. Is good. Once battle starts, could you explain on how you build the army against Beastmen? Like you expect armor, you plan to outrange. Those are good options for Beastmen. The biggest strength, though, that you gotta worry about is their cavalry. So always make sure you have an answer to Beastmen cavalry. In this case, Kislev cavalry easily outclasses them. And then the most standard infantry that you'll see is Gore Herd. They're very strong, but they're low leadership, low armor. So in this case, I have Hawks of Miska, which is very good at routing them off. I also have a little sneaky over here. But yeah, I'm going the filth build. We call this a filth build because it's disgusting. Look at this. So this is the mega leadership bomb. -8 leadership, -16 leadership, fear -8, terror -14. Yeah, they're gonna rout. They're gonna rout so hard. Bestigors are okay. They have a bit more leadership, so we chuck in the glorious charge, which counts as being attacked in the flank when we charge them. -8 leadership. It's pretty good. And then I'm just gonna spam some horse archers maybe, or more cavalry. We can heal these guys up with the patriarch. All is well. Now I'm hoping that I can find a unit to net with the ambushers. I want them to summon a skirmisher, because he's gonna see I have no counter skirmish. I'm not even gonna summon a horse archer, because I want to get the ambusher pack trap off. Now, if he's unit counting, he's gonna know that I have a missing unit somewhere. But he also doesn't know where the ambusher is. I think that's probably good enough to give him a hard time. He's rotating over here. It's fine. I'll summon a cav unit. Maybe give him a false sense of security against the ambusher. We see no skirmishers. Everything else is stealth, either in the trees or over here. But so far, he's not biting. The guy is playing extraordinarily passive. That is fine, though a bit sad. And it is going to be Bestigor spam. Okay, fine by me. There is a Blood Shriek Chimera, but without infantry, there's just not a whole lot for it to do. And I could get the trading started early. I don't have to, though. I'll just go for the picks that are kind of free. So what are we looking at? Yeah, look at him run. Look at him run. That's a fat Miska. It's going to be pretty hard to dodge, too. He whiffs the breath attack. And unfortunately, he does get the dodge, but that Miska is going to zone out one of these archers, and they're just dead. He chucks out the spawn summon. It's gonna stop just the frost worm. That's okay for me. Because yeah, we are absolutely getting ourselves a free archer pick. Didn't need to use any abilities other than the Miska. And I'm just gonna avoid the spawn. No need to stick around them for too long. And we will just run to the trees. Now these guys can reveal themselves now. There's not a whole lot to really do. They're just gonna get a little free pummeling on these guys. And the best of Gores, they simply cannot capture the point on their own. It's perfect. They may chase the ambushers, but they can flee. And of course we have cavalry. Breath attack should be on cooldown. You know what that means? He can't punish this blob fight with the cav. Best of Gores are pretty nasty though. Umbrella versus a fainting goat.
The build equivalent of opening an umbrella near a fainting goat.
No, man, dude. Match isn't even over yet, man. Maybe he clutches it. You don't know. Oh, no, dude. Don't overextend with them. Oh, even worse. He presents the rear. He's looking the wrong way and they're netted. Well, that's going to be painful for those guys. Yeah, so Centaurs get countercharged. Centaurs hate being countercharged, man. They absolutely despise the countercharge. Because they're glass cannons. Just glass cannons. They can't take it. Do have a Morker here, but that's okay. I'm just gonna work on the archers. They are slightly out of position. We're just gonna avoid the Bestigors. Though, interestingly enough, he's going for the fight. Wait, he has a Praeton. He has a Praeton, guys. Holy crap. Wait, this guy's cooking. Praeton's an anti-large unit. It's pretty nasty. We're gonna avoid it just a smidge. Just gonna, yeah, keep away from them. He did a good job defending his archers. I think we're ready for a Patriarch summon soon. And I just gotta keep my guys alive. There we go. Morger can definitely be beat up too. He is slightly out of position. Yeah, and he's definitely going to be running into a few issues. They did capture a point, but that's just going to give me another unit to kill. He's desperate, though. You can see the tickets are really bad for him, right? So it makes sense that he wants a point. But, yeah, he's about to panic with the whole Morker dying. I don't have to worry about capturing the points, too. We are very comfortable in this situation. Yo, that's wild though, the Praeton. The guy brought a Praeton. He actually took a Praeton. Oh, the net's gonna give him a hard time though. Praeton gets a solid charge. We're bullying the Chimera, however. And okay, let's just not blob up too much. Just have to be a little bit careful. Chimera can be pretty nasty too. Okay, and what do you have over here? What even is in this location? Just a bunch of Ungors. They're already running for their lives. So that's a 600 gold pickup. Very nice for us, indeed. We want to farm that as much as possible. And I don't want to waste too many abilities on it. This will give me time to heal up my SE core too. And we get a pretty solid capture. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. I'll have to take my time though. Value trading is technically down. I don't know how it is down, but it is down. So yeah, probably because of all the damage my SEs took. So there's a Korok's Man Ripper. It's interesting. Anyways, being able to pick up 600 gold like that is huge though. And I think let's actually group up all the boys. I want this Patriarch to heal as many units as possible. Hopefully it catches the... Does this heal? Does this heal everyone? Did it heal the... Ah, okay, never mind. I shouldn't have brought in the cavalry. Kind of a my situation. My bad. Misplayed it slightly, but it's okay. We will live. All right. What has he got? Just some Razor Gore herd, nothing too crazy. Ungores are dead. But I need to make some plays right now. We must make some plays. You gotta remember, Praeton and such heals too. I think we can rout off the archers here at least. It's gonna try coming in with the flyer. But this is actually kind of a sketchy business because I have so much support nearby. Their vigor is also reset too. So they really do not care about taking this fight. There's a big ol' roar over there. Big debuff. Very nice. I should be able to just collapse in. We'll see. This is a big fight. If it goes badly for me, we're screwed. But it seems like, yeah. It seems like he's pretty done for. The vigor boosts and the fact that his infantry aren't able to actually support in time is gonna mess him up real bad. That cav collapse, very brutal. And then we just disengage and reset. Now he did kill off the elemental. That much is very sad. It's gonna get a pretty nice breath attack over there too. I guess it's not done just yet. We got some corn gores over here. We gonna get another pretty solid heal at least. Can I rout off the corn gores? We'll see. I must say it is a little sketchy. I need a Miska here, or maybe a terror route. Woo, that terror route. They will rally though. You can see their passive triggered. Okay, but we're gonna kill off the Razor Gore herd. I just have to wait for the spawn to disappear and we're good. I do have the capture point. But the battle's not over just yet. We actually have a bit of a match going, don't we? Now killing off yet another unit of cavalry is great. And there's gonna be some minotaurs, but they ain't the end of the world. As long as I can maintain capture weight, I think we're still fairly comfortable. And yeah, I just gotta kill these guys. Praeton and Blood Shriek Chimera are pretty beat up. I will be able to get a triple cap too. And we can actually just wait for the Patriarch heal. I am in no rush. Ambusher still being alive is great. These guys, okay, yeah. And there's a triple cap, okay. We definitely are trying to make use of our mobility as much as possible though. But I do have a Miska. If I can do Miska plus a big cav charge plus some archer fire, maybe we just rout off these guys. Another donation of Ungor Spearmen is always good too. I will take that. If they're offering it for free, you might as well. Yeah. Dude, it's almost like the 500 speed thing. Look at how easily they died to that charge. Wow. Pretty brutal, I must say. Yeah, they did. They super did. Alright. So here comes another Patriarch heal. And then we're gonna group up with all of our cavalry, and then we're gonna give them a vigor boost. That way all the cavalry here are going to be as strong as possible for the big final engagement. There we go. Not a lot of units to summon, by the way. Ooh, is this a free pick? Blood Shriek Chimera getting a little overextended. We're gonna try and cut off its escape by pathing some cavalry over it. He's gonna get a pretty solid traitor kin, but if he loses this thing, it's pretty bad. Because then he's stuck with just the Praeton. And the Praeton is not exactly an amazing unit. Yeah, Chimera's getting brutalized. Was it worth the spell cast? Probably not. Just gotta finish the job now. I think we almost win on a 1-cap, by the way. Okay, nice. So now I just gotta get into position for the big final battle. This is going to require an elemental incarnate. With the elemental, I think we can break all of this. Like an elemental with a leadership bomb and a cav surround and a Miska. I'm pretty sure that's enough to kill him. We do win on the 1 cap, so I don't have to take this play. But I think it's good. It's good practice. Alright, here we go. Just go straight for the Minotaurs. Gonna chuck out Bat's ability. There you go. The Mega Collapse. There's the Miska. There's the Vigor Boost. And just like that, I didn't even need the Elemental. Elemental's showing up now, but they're gone, man. They're gone. Alright. Honestly, a little spicy. I think they played a mean game. They played a... Oh, huh. I can't declare the victory? Oh, there we go. Nice. So top 4 should be decided soon. I like the Chimera. Chimera did pretty well. I don't know how I feel about the Praeton. It does have anti-large, but it's super expensive. Disgusting. Yeah. Dude, the Ambusher's got 1800. That's wild. Ambusher's 8 today. Elemental got sniped though. He did a good job killing it with the Praeton and the Chimera. They have magic attacks too. Brave Shaman Wild with the Traderkin was pretty solid. But the Korngors, none of them got over 500 gold. The Minotaurs got 338. Oof. Yeah, this is just a total shutdown build. My Horse Archers got more value than the Korngors, as they were uncontested. But it was a little sketchy though, like they played a mean Beastmen game. Wondering what was going through my head when I came up with this stuff. Mostly Warhammer 2 cheese. Warhammer 2 cheese is pretty nasty. Dude, the Patriarch though, the long-term like infinite vigor boosts to get the cavalry all set up. That final charge just completely shattered him. If I had the Incarnate, it would have been even worse. But I will say, having the Chimera and the Praeton, it is better than going for the Minotaurs. Because the Minotaurs lose very hard to these guys. But now at least he has a little bit to fight and to punish me for charging in. And the only recourse I have is to shoot them. But both of them have good ways to prevent damage. This one heals. This one has like 50% missile resist. Excuse me. It's kind of an interesting build. Honestly, I kind of like it. Morgar was a little bit of a weak link, though. I guess it makes sure that your Lord can't get sniped. But I feel like if he just had this Shaman instead of Morgar, he'd be better off. Alternatively, if he didn't pop his Chaos Spawn summon so early, he could have had a bit of mass to pin me down. But yeah, anyways, we're just waiting on Ulrich Val versus JNM Driver. The winner will likely be making it. Although it is close. I think honestly, if I do the same thing but I take more archers, that might actually make this build a lot more safe. Although, I feel like if I had more than just the one ambusher, he would have been able to start rushing me down. Other option is Little Grom. Little Grom would be wild. Because are you really going to rush across the entire map with this army hounding you down? But obviously it's way... it's not that much more expensive than the ambushers. I kind of wonder. It's like a solid little mini pressure tool. Beastmen can't win the SC fight. I think I've had this build. Well, I've had this build fail before. So if you want to have a general idea of what Beastmen can try to do here. Oh, hey, top 4 is up. Danican versus Olakral. Myself versus Opal Bear. But yeah, I think you can take like a Doombull. You can run a Gorable. Okay, hell, if you run a Doombull, a Gorable, and then like double Chimera, you can obviously do well. Like, you don't even need the archers. Having the cavalry is bad, but yeah, you take this. If you're really terrified, you have a reserve cockatrice. That way you can net them down and actually take the fight. And like Butchers of Kalkengard are perfect for this too. Yeah, like if you're terrified of it. Now, beating that build plus a normal Kislev build is harder, but I think Kislev is just slightly advantaged. You're not going to be able to have something that beats everything. But you can always like have the tech in reserve and you call them in. With the recent updates, there is enough. So there's Skaven. And the map is Whirling Maelstrom. Okay. I'll go, let's see here. If it's Skaven, I think I should practice Beastmen. Let's see here. Versus Skaven. Beastmen are good. Why do I not have my Skaven counters? What's going on? Beastmen, Nurgle, and Greenskins. I think all of those are pretty good. Greenskins are just fun. Meaty Dangler already in chat. Yeah. Yeah, the green boys. And he picked Skaven Beastmen. Very fun. This is one that we saw. Was it B6 won this? Yeah, the SE build is not as good if you're not a top player too. I've seen a few instances where the SE build is actually not that bad because it's really easy to accidentally throw away your single entities. So if you're out microing your opponent, it's okay. Okay, Skaven's fun though. I think well, okay, obviously we're spamming. Obviously we're spamming Slongors, right? I think they're just super obvious. Does the anti-Skaven build just write itself? I feel like it does. Is it just me, or is this like super straightforward? I feel like Skaven ain't got nothing versus. Wait a second. Wait just a darn second. What are they supposed to do? Now, a lot of Skaven players, they sometimes go very elite to try and counter you. If I just, you know, deal with kind of their elite spam, though, I really think we are fine. Oh boy, dude, this build is sick. This build's insane, man. This ain't no way. Hey, what's up, Doomsage? We're in the semifinals, and we're playing versus Skaven. That last game, I'm at 5 wins now, or I'm at 4 wins? 5 wins, hell yeah. Yo, Danican's gonna be a menace. I'm pretty sure they beat Ulrich Wall. Though it is pretty close. I think Ulrich Wall might win like a quarter or a third of the time. But Danican's definitely quite the menace there. Ah, hell yeah, dude, this is a sick build. I'm loving this. I'm loving this build. Jabberscythe. Oh man, Jabberscythe is a unit that I saw lose in that one game against Skaven. It's very important to have Ungor Raiders in like every Beastman build because sometimes people just spam SEs your way. And if they do, you're kind of screwed. Imagine I just lose to SE Max. It's honestly one of the more popular ways to beat Beastmen. You have to be very careful with your build to not lose to a filthy SE Maxon. But I certainly have many good options here. This feels pretty good. I might just change a couple things about the build and then I think we're set. Yeah, looking good. All right. Oh, my bad. The banner. There you go. For all you banner enjoyers, I hope you like the color. Oh boy. One more day of work and then a 4-day weekend. Hell yeah. Easter combined with the 9-day fortnight. Yo, the extended weekends are always great. I take a few myself. Whenever I feel burnt out with the streaming and all that. Tomorrow I actually won't be streaming, by the way. Speaking of, I will be working. I'm editing the next video. Now that we know the series can work, you know, just edited videos. It's something I should probably commit more time to. So that's what we'll be doing. Parental leave for 4 months. Dang. Yeah, what you got planned? What do you got planned aside from the obvious? Slangor Maxon. We're much faster than our opponent, so it makes sense to have one unit over here. Capture that point. I got a Pendulumer. We got a Bestagore. And I'm going old school with this one, guys. Double Manticore. Old with the new. All right. So usually the way you win this is you just punch him in the face. You just punch him in the face. Really hard. You get the Butchers of Kalkengard. They do 1,000,000 damage. You chuck out like a fat pendulum on their infantry. The Skaven will rout like no one's business. Skaven are always trying to balance out their front line to be just strong enough to hold against your push. So like if they think you're not going to have very fighty units, then they'll have like a bunch of Skaven slaves. If they think it is going to be very fighty, then they'll cut more of their ranged so they can field, you know, storm vermin and the like, storm vermin halberds, maybe even some plague bearers. So, you know, obviously I can't rush that, but if they don't have a lot of ranged, we're still in a great position. Gonna be a good weekend, hell yeah. Planned? Nothing. Looking after kid and painting Warhammer while he sleeps. It sounds like a good enough time. We're gonna see a bunch of skirms. Bunch of clan rats. And he's gone for the flayers as his counter. So I have a counter to flayers. That is the Razorgore herd. They're perfect for this situation. Gonna use this ability. And he has a Grey Seer with just some Scorch and Warp Gale. Scorch is good versus the Slangors. Gotta be a little careful, but I'm not too worried. Butchers of Kalkengard are a menace. It's just that simple. And we're already gonna get a early triple cap. If he decides to play the long con, we're also fine. I just gotta make sure the flayers don't actually catch my infantry. He does have a lot of infantry. I think one more Razorgore herd feels about right. It's a little excessive. This is 2 units with mass. And I'm countering it with like 5 units. That seems a little overkill. We have a mutant rat ogre chilling over there. So he actually summoned a unit that kind of helps me. But I think he's a little terrified of all the terror and such that we have going on here. And of course I don't need Ungor Raiders. Not in this situation. Now, because the fight might start soon, I'm not going to make the misplay of bringing in infantry. We definitely want to have mobility so that we can actually charge in. And I want them to get as out of position as humanly possible. So I'm going to use my units on the point here to force him forwards. You gotta capture the point, man. You gotta actually get in here. And he summons another gutter runner. Wow. I almost want to attack into him, but he's playing super defensively, so I can't really afford to do that. You can see he's pushing up. He wants to get onto the point. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm not giving it. You're not doing damage to me? I don't need to walk forwards. Are you kidding me? Who walks forwards? Maybe me right now. So this will be bloody terrifying. And I just gotta make sure that charges get off. Oh my gosh, it's a blood massacre. All right, so very good pendulum right from the get-go. He chucks out the air net though, which is gonna help him out. But how much deeps are we gonna get in? Apparently lots. I need the Slongors to cook though. They need to push in as hard as possible. Dude, that's a terrifying push though. It's just like all of a sudden the wave of Beastmen collapse on in. And you can see he actually couldn't respond very well with all of his flares, because they actually just didn't have many places that they could be summoned to help. As long as I keep my Lord alive, we're good. I think we just chuck out another pendulum down the line over here, and we're just trying to make gaps in his line. Yeah, we're just trying to make gaps in his lines so that we can get into that cookie jar. I don't need to kill his Lord either. He's not a big deal. And of course we have a triple cap, so as long as we roughly evenly trade as we are, I think we're doing great. Oh man, dude, that's great though. I love that push. Where you kind of just select all your units and attack the unit in the middle. That way all your units are moving in at the same time. And as you can see, a bunch of clan routes are not going to hold very well here. Though the push is softening up a little bit in the middle. I have to be a little bit careful about that. This Storm Vermin unit though is definitely not doing super great. I have another pendulum lined up soon too, but I don't have a lot of magic, so it makes sense to sit back and wait a little bit. There goes that Storm Vermin unit. They gone. And yeah, we're just waiting for that sick pendulum play. But yeah, as usual with rush builds, it's all about timing. You need to get into the fight as quickly and as aggressively as possible. That is typically how you do it. Mutant Rat Ogre will just have to play keep away from. He just has a bunch of skirmishers left. Not a big deal at all. And then over here, I'll just save up for some cavalry or something. Alright, I'm finally going for his Lord. I have to be careful though, the guy's tanky. Let's see. Okay, yeah, he's not capturing this super fast. I could probably defend it with some Slongors instead. That way I can bring more units to the fight over here. Oh man, dude, the Manticores. The Manticores are such old school units, but they're still so good versus Skaven, man. Oh man, dude, I love them. Love them to bits. Gotta keep my Lord alive, though. Gotta be a little careful. Run! Run, little dude, run! Gonna use his charge bonus to help him get through those triads. And then he's just gonna run through the trees to keep away from that rat ogre as much as possible. And then I'm just kind of setting up for a bit of a blob fight here versus infantry. That way we can get one last pendulum to seal the deal. I think this one will do it. Ah, but he dodges it. Couldn't cancel it in time either. Still gonna get a bit of damage, but definitely not as good as it could have been. With magic, it's super important that you are being as effective as possible with it, lest you accidentally lose a lot of potential. It's really easy to just chuck out magic, but you can sometimes be leaving you know, like hundreds of gold on the table if you don't do it right. Also, by the way, no tickets. The guy got 0 tickets, bro. That's rough. Butches and Kalkengard, of course, were amazing. Manticores didn't pay for themselves, but they terror-routed units, which is what I needed. And the Slongors just kind of pushed in. Generally speaking, he actually held his line fairly well. But having so many Night Runners meant that his front line just couldn't do much. He did have 3 Flayers, miscounted. We counted the Flayers pretty hard, though, with all of our mass. And yeah, the Mune Rat Ogre didn't do super well. I think this summon was pretty rough. The Gutter Runner didn't do much. He probably needed more infantry, right? Like, I was teching very hard to break his front line in a big rush. Let me know when done. Other side of the bracket, we're waiting on them now. How sad, I hate this. This isn't even like a filthy build. This is just a normal Beastmen rush. I can say though, Skaven definitely need a buff. Like, at the very least, he should need to spread out on 2 points. Because if it was an even matchup, let's say it was a Beastman mirror matchup, I shouldn't be able to win a fight where he's on such a good defensive position. Then again, he did spend like 2,000. He spent like 2,500 gold on skirmishers. So build wise, maybe it was good. Tactically wise, I was obviously at a slight disadvantage, but I think I saw the moment and we just pounced it. Triads should be better though. I think Triads should not be so squishy. Just make them a little tankier. That way, at least, if you sit on top of them, you're gonna die. You know, you can't just outgrind them with cavalry. That's a little sad. I think if they do that, it's already better. Honestly, give Skaven pigback riders. Oh man, they'd be indestructible. Yeah, Moon Rat Ogre wasn't the greatest unit. There were just a few call-ins that were not super optimal, and then we killed them. Trading though, it was a little close for comfort. I feel like I was slightly worried. Pendulum hit Skaven like it's Warhammer 2. Man, dude, old Warhammer 2 Pendulum was so strong. Rush builds would take Burning Head and Pendulum to just like instant nuke the front line and win the game. Those were the glory days. Kind of filthy though. Norska was actually quite good back then. So they would take the Fimir dude, take 2 Fimir dudes and like a Wolfric boat, Pendulum, and Burning Head, and that was just the whole game. Just chuck all 3. You the man, thank you. The thing is, like, if Skaven had a unit that could beat the Slongors, I guess he could have spammed Storm Vermin. He did have a Storm Vermin that he could have summoned in. My build doesn't have a whole lot that does well against them. Literally, the only unit is the 1 Vestigor. The problem is you're really committing yourself to it, and like, they're so expensive. I could honestly just summon in the Raiders and shoot them to death. Which is why you kind of need the ranged. It's rough. When your infantry can't fight and you have no cavalry. What even is Skaven's strength? What's their strength, guys? It's not their mobility. Their infantry ain't that fast. They're like Forsaken speed, which is the higher end of fast, but not exactly Slaneshi. Let's see here. Yeah, it really is just the Poison Wind Globadier, but that got nerfed. There's like not a single unit in this roster that I would say is like really good. There's no unit that's like you just want to spam it out. A lot of people spam Night Runners though. Night Runners is like the closest to being good, but at best they're A tier. I don't think they have a single S tier. Same with Doomflayers. They are A tier, but because Skaven has to use them as cavalry defense, it doesn't work. How'd that Storm Vermin unit get destroyed so fast? It was a summon. So when its timer ran out, they just all die. I wish Devastating Flanker would kill things that fast. Okay, not actually. Hella imbalanced. But yeah, it's really hard to feel the more elite infantry. Because they only do okay. So even if your opponent brings exactly what you want, they only do okay. And then they might get countered by spellcasting. Let's see here. I got some cool Aeronet shenanigans. How do you hold a Beastmen rush like that? Is that how fast a Skaven formation broke, even in a good position? Yeah, that leadership diff. So Clan Rats have 45 leadership at 350 gold. Empire Spearmen have 60. That's 15 whole leadership. And Empire Spearmen are not exactly kings of leadership either. They route to Cairn Wraith spam. There's a few units that have enough shock damage to route off Empire Spearmen. If you chevron them, they get too expensive. And they still have less? Chevroning only gives plus 10 leadership. Oh, the poor Clan Rats. Okay, yeah, so you have to take Storm Vermin. That's the only way you can hold the front line. Let's take a look at what the build looks like with Storm Vermin. You didn't go for Rat Ogres. I feel like Rat Ogres could be okay, but there's a chance you get a mass route. Let's say he goes for a bunch of Storm Vermin and Skirmishers. Because the Skirmishers are pretty good at keeping safe. Just by retreating with them. I think you could probably do something similar where you have your Grey Seer. He's on a bell. You know, he's spamming magic. Very cheap. You still have your Skirmishers, but your front line's not gonna die. Hell, I beat Slaanesh with Skaven that one time. So you know it's not impossible if you get the right situation. This does feel like a lot of Night Runners though. Let's see here, how do you buffer this? Because he just had a bunch of infantry, right? And skirmishers. Oh, I guess he teched really hard into the Doom Flayers. But yeah, if you have something like this, and then you don't get Pit of Shaded or Pendulumed too hard. These guys do take a lot of damage from Pendulum. Play Catapults and just play for value. That's not bad, but against a faction like Beastmen, I'm sure they could just capture the points and dodge. Though, it's not bad. Like, you can do the same thing and just have a Plague Catapult. It's not like I can easily dive his backfield. I think I would take a lot of losses if I did. On that map anyways, right? You just defend it with a Rat Ogre. And then this is just like a... Yeah, this is a pure playing for value build. Get lots of value, and then you... And then hopefully you can retake the points against late game cavalry spam. Skaven should have some aspiring champion, like infantry with encourage. I think CH tried to do it with the chieftain. So chieftain has power grab, plus 8 leadership if your lord is dead. Or routed. And they have... not much else, right? But they're kind of like a support unit. If this guy was a Grail Relique type unit, instead of giving ITP, maybe just increase their leadership more. That wouldn't be too bad. Because it makes sense that Skaven, you know, they need the support of their commanders. But if the commanders are dead, then they all rout. So you can have like some chieftains just romping around, giving buffs. Nerf Storm Fiends. Yeah, maybe we get Storm Fiends and everything is good. Double Summon Caster for more bodies. That can work if you don't go for Clan Rats. I will say, if you go for the Clan Rats, when the summon starts dying and they rout, it's gonna hurt their leadership. Are these guys not expendable? Oh crap. Yeah, that's even worse. So Clan Rats and summons hurt the leadership of Storm Vermin when they rout. That's really bad. Lore of Stealth versus Slaanesh. Stalk your entire army to avoid fighting. It's pretty nice. Skaven can actually stalk their whole army, right? Let's take a look. Skitter Leap. You can make it AoE and it hits an infinite number of units. So, if you take 2 of these guys, by the way, you can actually chain Skitter Leaps almost. So you're only visible for 4 seconds at a time. The downside is there's like nothing that is good with it. Unless... What if the Doom Flayers can make a sick play? So you like Speed of Light Coast them? Skitter Leap? Oh man, dude. Like if Slaanesh had Stealth Cavalry, people would puke. If they just have one heavy hitter that can make use of someone being slowly out of position, it'd be perfect. Ulrich and Daniken are playing at half speed. I know Ulrich Wall sometimes has some bad lag issues, but it's fine. Night Shroud game where the Goblin Lord was chucking mushrooms from the shadows. That's if we can do something like that for Skaven. Do they have like a sick rampage? Does Skaven have anything that makes plays? Okay, alright. Maybe like you stealth the teeth breakers with the concealment bombs, and then you skitter leap them, and then they pop out and they do a bit of damage. Seriously, what in the world actually makes plays with Skaven? Everything is just kind of chip damage. No, like the Jezzails are pretty consistent chip damage. This is probably the only unit that is like S tier on the Skaven roster, but you can only take one. Deep burrow their entire army, but only once, and only within the first 30 seconds of the match. Can we give it for dwarves too? Dwarves have quite a bit of suffering. Why can't you play a capture weight based build like Lizardman? So the Lizardman skink build actually is not the best build. I did give it a tournament go. But if you play Skaven kind of in the fantasy, power fantasy version in your head, you might think that something like this is actually quite good. Because what are they supposed to do against such man-tide, right? The problem is that ever since infantry got lowered mass, one unit of cavalry can just kill infinity infantry. So you end up being ultra wide. It's the same problem with Lizardmen, but worse because your leadership sucks. If we go over to Lizardmen Skinks, they have 55 leadership. Yeah. And they can even be immune to fear if there's a Kroxigor nearby. So you're basically playing a lower leadership Lizardman. You're playing a worse version of a bad build. Oh boy. And going wider will always make your army more susceptible to that kind of stuff. Which is why I think most people should be taking like Storm Vermin. We're seeing a little bit of a shift towards Storm Vermin and Plague Monks. Give the power grab cheese and this will work. Yes, if you can somehow get a map-wide leadership buff that lasts longer than the bell, then yes, you can just take so many bodies that they can't kill them all. War Wagon would be bad versus the Man-Tide. But yeah, I feel like Skaven weapon teams could be a little stronger. They've always been kind of strong though. I think they've had their time in the limelight. The skirmishers could be a little stronger. I think like warp grinders could be a bit better. You don't need to buff the infantry, You just need to make the threats so big that they don't need to take as many of them. So instead of 2 Jezzails, 1 Jezzail will get the job done, and then they can swarm with infantry. I think that's fine. So Daniken's playing Dark Elves. Betonia? I'm finally doing it. I'm playing Betonia versus Elves. Betonia should be good versus Dark Elves, right? Am I crazy? I feel like Betonia has a lot that can do well there. Who else does well versus Dark Elves? Kislev? Kislev is not bad. Not crazy though. Let's blame land battle people for the warp grinder limit. Is that what happened? Warp grinders. Oh man, are they even that good in land battle? They did make their damage super high. I think they could have less damage. Like, give them less damage and make them cheaper. Because in land battle, that's not going to be super useful. But being able to net enemies down in domination is super important. Anyways, it's Dark Elves. I think Betonia, Kislev, and Empire are all really nice factions. Demons of Chaos is good too, though. Demons of Chaos is very fun. I could do Tzeentch instead of Kislev. Tzeentch and Demons of Chaos versus Dark Elves is pretty jokes. It's a nice big flat map too. Yeah, let's try that. Betonia Dark Elves is slightly favored for Dark Elves, but definitely winnable for Betonia. We'll see. I think he shouldn't want to play Tzeentch or Demons of Chaos. That's pretty rough. Witch Elves and Beer Goober. Witch Elves are pretty nasty versus Betonian infantry. Are Plague Monks strong enough? Sadly not. They were actually more expensive. They got buffed, but CA didn't buff them enough. And they suffer the same issue as many other infantry do. They are just too easily killed by mobility. Let's say Skaven did have an answer to all mobility, and you just can't run cavalry versus them, then Plague Monks are okay. But people still prefer the Censer Bearers. And Daniken wants to play versus Tzeentch. Mad lad. Okay. Tzeentch. Tzeentch. Oh boy. I think Tzeentch is Tzeentch will be fun. Tzeentch will be very fun. Wild Blue Scribes pick. I'm not gonna meme versus Daniken. I'll play an off meta faction, but meme? Absolutely not. This guy's terrifying. This should be pretty good. So there's a few things. Like, you have to be ready for kite. You got to be ready for Corsair rushes. Corsair rushes can be devastating. I could try out the Zarix style of play. Zarix has some very crazy shenanigans. Yeah, okay. Sure, let's try this. I think I'll try the Zarix style. So Dark Elves, is this a matchup where the Centaurs of Tzeentch are good, or are they still bad? Not too sure about that. Aeson the Fallen, yeah. Aren't people using warp grinders for the purpose of stopping cavalry? In land battle? I have no idea. I assumed it was just a mega death blob against like vampire counts and the like. I doubt you're putting them on the hard flanks to just net, because a 600 gold net is just not worth. If you net down a unit of cavalry with the warp grinders and you trade out your warp grinders for that cavalry, it's only a 250 gold play, and that's like under perfect circumstances. I don't know about that, man. Okay, I need to be wary of Dark Riders. Dark Riders are problematic. Changeling Marathi. Man, I wish Tzeentch's magic spam was stronger. Tzeentch doesn't really feel like the spellcasting faction, which I think is a big misplay. Tzeentch should absolutely, they should be the de facto spellcasting faction. Anyone know if Zongors beat Corsairs? I feel like Corsairs are not that good. That's the thing. I shouldn't have to worry about them that much. But I wouldn't lie. I didn't say I had a little bit of worry. Just a little bit. Oh boy, the guy's ready already. Oh boy. Zarx hates Centaurs of Tzeentch. Zarx does not take a lot of them. I think he ran them a little bit once, but did not keep running them. So that makes you feel like they're not a big fan. And as such, I should also not be a big fan of them. Build wise, I think we have a pretty fun build. It's nothing crazy, it's just a build. Let's see here. What does a late game versus Dark Elves look like? Oh, how do I want to do this? If he goes infantry spam, I guess I have a few options. I have a few options that kind of help me out. I just have to channel my inner Zarks. You can see the double cockatrice. Yo, the unit's cool, man. Just kind of like an eventual net. It's kind of nifty. I just wish it wasn't so bad. Alright, let's try this. That'll do. That'll do. This is okay. I guess I'll take a couple of these. What's the finisher though? What's the finisher? I feel like I don't have a win condition. Anyone else just load up a build and you're just like, man, there's just nothing here. What even is this? What am I doing? Like, this unit is just not very good. Okay, I guess this is the only thing to flesh it out. This is a weird build. This is a weird build. This is very Zarx. We got the Exalted Pinks. This is extremely Zarx. But is it enough? No, Turin used them a few times. The cockatrice. The net of eventuality sounds very Tzeentchian. Yeah. Oh boy. Alright. So this is the Zarek special. He loves this strat. Alright. The guy loves having the extra magic and just spamming blue fire. Very straightforward. And then he just spams a bunch of blues. Yeah. Nothing too complicated. This guy has a book of secrets to get even better value trades. Very simple. Now, the real game winners, though, after we farm blue fire value on Kairos, it's gonna be all this stuff. Have some flamethrowers, some cavalry to clean up infantry. But the guy's actually gone super hard on the infantry front. I mean, the mobility front. He actually has a Dreadlord crossbow. And a... Okay. And a Deathcaster. Sure. There's not a whole lot you can do to Kairos here that'll kill him. And the spellcasting hurts. That's a Spirit Leech, which is going to negate that with Kairos' ability. And then he's just going to fly back and just stay safe. He's chasing him though. The guy wants it. He's going to dodge these shots, so there's no point shooting. I just want him not to attack Kairos too much. Kairos can't take too much leaps. It would be very awkward indeed. And there's another one. Very nice. So good time to use Scroll of Destiny. Gonna try landing. It's very hard to dodge, so he's still gonna take deeps. As long as I hold this 1 point, it's fairly comfortable for me. Okay, he's gonna summon a couple boys. There really ain't too much going on though. I think I'll just get the Shrieking Sky Rays over here. Then we're just gonna keep spamming blue fire, aren't we? Bada bing, bada boom. We already used a Spirit Leech, so Kairos regenerating shields is very good for him. Now, will he be dodging is the real question. Yeah, we're gonna see some nifty dodges. Danican always very on point with that action. I can get some Bolts of Change on his Lord too. We just want to wear him down. Okay, get another blue fire. Gotta make sure this guy lives. Then we're gonna net him. So that's gonna be 1 kill. It's a very solid kill. Gets a Spirit Leech on my guy over there, but we're okay. And that's a good bit of damage with the Shrieking Sky Rays. So the Scourge Runner Chariots are no more. Blasted into oblivion. And this guy's just gonna heal up his shields. That's fine. So far, so good. I've already gotten just a solid amount of value on him. A couple Cold One Knights are no big deal. And we'll just keep wearing him down. I have time. We have lots of time. And I have another net with Storm of Fire soon if I really want to get it done. It's either that or the Minute Bolt. Is he going to dodge with the Sorceress? No, she takes a little bit of damage. Kind of nifty. Just pull back the blues so that they can regen more shields. I'm just going to keep harassing his Lord while dodging abilities as much as possible. This Tzeentch build is very good at being anti-kite. Just gotta keep subbing out the units. We want to get as many shields as we can here. Kairos still pretty healthy. Very good. I think I'll just get another one of these. Alright, so far so good. No big complaints. I can get a net and a Tzeentch's Firestorm on his face soon. That's a good hit. Gonna get some big damage on those expensive boys. Just chucking out more blue fires. And that's gonna be a nice little bombardment. So that net lasts long enough for the bombardment to connect and actually get the kills. And that's just 1,000 gold, by the way. It is just straight up 1,000 gold. So that's obviously very painful for Danican. Jeez, I can see why Zarix likes this build. It's it feels powerful. It feels like we are having a good time, and my opponent is not having a good time. He didn't dodge, it was the net. Okay, so now he wants to go for the fight. Okay. So I think we gotta pool in our resources. It's smart of him to fight now. The question is it actually enough? So you can see the damage is high. He's going for the Kairos. He wants him dead. But he'll be able to tank it out pretty hard. Miss microing ever so slightly. But I think we're doing okay. Gonna get a solid Shrieking Sky Ray hit over here. There we go. Gonna get a pretty good charge on the horizon. Cold One Knight's getting pretty brutalized. If he misses this cast too, that would be extraordinarily bad for him. Okay, so far so good actually. It's going quite well for us. But he does rout off a lot of my my cavalry. You win some, you lose some. The storm ability actually didn't do too much damage either. I think I took this fight a little worse than I should have. You can tell because the value trading is actually climbing up for him a bit. Does not mean we are doomed, but it is a little sketchy. There's his passive trigger. Okay. It's not the end of the world. The damage is okay. I will have the high ground very soon. So we can start rotating these Zongors. I really misplayed by not having all my boys in on the action. See if we can catch these Dark Riders maybe. And then, do I take the big flamethrowers? Cairo says yes. Let's check out another spell. I think just getting the big magic will help us. We can become indestructible with the Kairos. Oh crap. Cancel the spell on accident. Whoopsies. I almost just want to get the big flamethrowers out. And then maybe his lord can't deal with it. Changebringers could be very nifty here. But they are expensive. What's he doing with his lord too? He's like keeping Kairos pinned down. I don't know if that's accidental or not. But it's certainly very annoying. This could be huge though. So if Kairos can keep his lord pinned, he's gonna die. He's gonna try to escape now. Shoot him. Shoot him. Line of sight issues. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for him to fly up. And then we're gonna blitz him. Oh, the land, the sick land. Okay, that was actually pretty clutch. Will it be enough though? Because now he doesn't have air stagger animations. The damage is okay, but nothing amazing. Could be slightly better. It looks like they will be able to escape. Unfortunate. It's a good volley though. I should be able to get a good amount of deeps over here too. He's actually gonna breath attack the Changebringers. Pretty wild play. We're gonna get some flyers. Whoa, man, that hurts some bad though. Alright. We can shut down these skirms, we're good. That is a Blackguard of Nagarond incoming. Okay, pretty wild. I do have my cavalry back at least. That's okay. There's a Spirit Leech though. So the Changebringers will probably go down, but I think his lord's gonna die for it. And that is an okay trade for us. As long as I can actually capture this point. Dandikin's been able to climb back in terms of value. I have to be quite careful here. Guess I'll get a chariot. I don't know. Changebringers lived. That's a good flamethrower volley before they die. And his lord has taken a lot of deeps. Okay. That's good. Blackguard have that capture weight diff, don't they? Hmm. That's gonna make life a little scary. Oh crap, I forgot about my exalted hero. That's 1,500 gold I've been forgetting. Well, you win some, you lose some. That's a misplay and a half. Whoopsie doopsies. He was chilling for 50 years. Rough. Ooh, almost got the Lord kill. He's still alive though. Oh, but we routed him? Okay. So if I just chuck out a big ability here, I think we can get him killed. Then I think we just start spamming blues. Yeah, he's landed too. Oh yeah, the guy's dead. Very nice. Very, very nice. And he's not gonna kill Kairos either. So if I just stop him from capturing this point, I'm okay. These guys have the equivalent of like a 2 capture weight unit. That's very good for me. I just gotta get on this point, and then we may have a chance yet. Because that Lord is dead. He is absolutely a dead man. Look at this guy. He's doing his best. Let's see here. Yeah, I just gotta start flooding the points with blues. I think he'll be able to get that high ground point. But we're gonna get this one. It's gonna be a really bad ability for me. I am out of magic, by the way. Rough. So we killed his Lord, but we're empty. Oh boy, we have a match on our hands. We have a match and a half. That ability's gonna do decent damage. And on a 2 cap, I think it's only okay. I don't know where his summons are though. This guy has not brought in a lot of stuff. So I think he's saving up. He's playing the long con. That's gonna be a little sketchy. Do I win on a 2 cap? I think I'm not entirely sure. That shatter though saves my butt, however. Kairos is low, but the next Spirit Leech I should be able to survive. Man, dude, forgetting the Exalted though is a big misplay. And yeah, he does win on the 1 cap. So I have 5 minutes to close out the game. Interesting. Now I can get 1 more blue fire off. But he's just gonna start saving up a ton of cash. And yeah, just building up here. So I think getting some flamethrower boys is good. I have the blues in the trees. They're perfect for this. The middle is fairly defended. And yeah, if he doesn't have an answer to Changebringers, we're good. If he does, I'm boned. I think this entirely depends on whether or not he has an answer. And he goes for the Blackguard summon. Oof. Wait, yo, does that mean he's just dead? Blackguard of Nagaron cannot defend versus Changebringers. He's gonna need to have a lot of extra money here. Oh boy, here we go. And it comes down to this. I don't need to rush the point either. We can take our time. But yeah, he's realizing now that he has to make a play. Otherwise, these Changebringers are just gonna melt his face. These guys are just capture weight. But yeah, the Blackguard summon might have done him in. Now, will he be trying to hold the points? We'll see. They're in. Does he have a Buna or something? If he has a Buna, that's the biggest MLG play ever, but I think he's already cast a bunch. That's a nasty volley. Nasty initial volley on him. Second volley is equally brutal. Gonna get one on these guys over here. Just get him dead, and then we're just gonna steal back the point as fast as we can. You can see he's trying the rotation. He's brought in a Dark Rider in the distance, so he knows his point is gone, and he's ready to give it up. These blues definitely got to capture this as fast as possible. But there we go. There's the big route. Okay, so now I just have to stop him from capturing this point over here. So blues just gotta post up and not die. I just need to hold the points for a little bit and then we win it. But yeah, there they go. So big capture. I just have to hold the 3 cap for a smidge. Just a smidge amount of time. Centaurs will do good here. He might get both points though. I have to be very careful. Flamethrowers are cooking. Kairos ain't dying. Is he gonna hold it though? It's close actually. He has a lot of dudes. This point is held though. So I think his Hail Mary is probably not gonna work if this holds. It looks like it will until the blackguards show up, but it's gonna be a little too late. Because now we do win on the 1 cap. Oh my gosh, bro. He lost because of the blackguard summon, man. Daniken's been looking for a use case for blackguard too, so them dying is actually really sad. Dang, man. Oh, that's so rough. Dang, GG. Well played from Daniken. He made me sweat, and that's not a great matchup for Dark Elves. In fact, it was also a really bad build for him to run into. Probably the worst build. The blue fire spam against his kite. Exalted Hero being AFK was my big flub, though. Like, if I just didn't leave him AFK, we easily win that. The guy was sitting in the corner doing nothing. Exalted Pinks were kind of cool, though. I got to use all my magic. Kairos was a Chad, 3k value. More than his caster and Dreadlord combined. We got a 6 snipe on the Cold One Knights, by the way, with the ultimate Tzeentch ability. Oh, man. I thought we were so screwed. Dude, if he had a summon, like, if he just had triple Harpy instead of the Blackguard to kill that second Changebringer summon, he instantly wins, man. Oh, man, what a disaster. What a disaster. That's good though. I got some good practice. We showed we can actually beat Daniken's Dark Elves with Tzeentch too, which is pretty nice. Copying Zarix's playstyle helped us out a lot. I love that Knight of Bretonia, the horror quote. Let's see here. Blues did pretty good. Man, dude, the AFK Exalted was so bad though. I can't believe I forgot him. Such a core unit too with his Book of Secrets. He costs like 1,450. How'd the Centaurs do? Did they do good? They did okay. The early trade was pretty bad. I think Daniken outplayed me there because he took the high ground point. I summoned a bunch of units and I was out of position to defend his big rush, and that's why the game got kind of close. Cold One Dread Knights also didn't cook. Did the Dreadlord get any value? They did, despite getting spammed by blue fire. Still got 1,700. A lot of the damage was shield damage though, which set him back. Dang, man, dude. Daniken's so scary though. This could have gone badly for me. Though I did make some pretty sick plays with the Shrieking Sky Rays. Tzeentch plays a nice anti-kite. I think he was expecting me to go for like a bunch of Forsaken and such. I usually don't go for the blues and the Exalteds. Whew. Actually quite good. You can forget an entire Exalted hero and beat the best Dark Elf player in the world. I don't know what else to say. Like, I played sloppy and won. That has to be an easy matchup. I think they also do pretty good versus Undead and Nurgle and the like. Tzeentch is a solid counterpick faction, especially on those wide open maps where you can spam blue fire. Kairos is just a menace. Kind of nice. Nifty. Dude, the Changebringer reserve though. I just did what Zarix did to me when I played Norska. Chariots were okay. They would just capture weight. Forgotten or tactically kept in reserve. I wish that was just a sick play. But yeah, there's Tzeentch. We used a lot of their best units, and it did well. A solid match. I certainly had a good time. I hope you guys did too. And that is a tournament win for us. Now tomorrow I will not be streaming. I gotta leave a couple days for editing, and then a couple days, day off, so I can relax. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to all the supporters too. Michael Phillip, Miss New Booty, Clint, Benjo, Kakulandia, Obese Chicken, Pisano the Duck, Naldor, and Ogan Dorner. You guys are all amazing. Very much appreciated. And I'll see you guys next time.